If you're only following the mainstream news, you are being deliberately misled. You're missing the single biggest regulatory green light in crypto history. While everyone's distracted by the political drama, the SEC just went behind Congress's back and quietly gave Wall Street the keys to the kingdom of on-chain finance. I'm about to show you exactly how they pulled it off and what you need to do about it.
All right, look at this. The public story, the one everyone's freaking out about, is that the odds for the Clarity Act are in free fall on Polymarket, down from 72% to 42% basically overnight. The story they're selling you is that crypto regulation is dead in the water. But this is a total smokescreen. It's a head fake, orchestrated by the legacy banks who are fighting for their very survival. So why all the theatrics? Why are they creating all this noise and confusion? It really just boils down to one thing: pure, unadulterated fear. The fear of losing hundreds of billions of dollars a year to the efficiency of on-chain finance. Here's the number that keeps bank CEOs up at night: $400 billion. That is the staggering amount of money they make every single year off of a very simple, very old model. They pay you next to nothing for your deposits, and then they turn around and lend that same money out for a massive profit. It's the greatest business model in the world, until a better one comes along.
And this slide says it all. This is the existential threat. On the left, you've got your traditional bank savings account. Maybe, and that's a big maybe, getting you 0.1%. On the right, you have an on-chain stablecoin that can generate something like 4%. Now, you tell me, if everyday people can easily access that stablecoin yield, why would they ever leave their money in a bank? The whole model just breaks. It can't compete.
So with the news about the Clarity Act, it sure looks like the banks are winning, doesn't it? It seems like their massive lobbying machine is working perfectly, and they're successfully protecting their $400 billion cash cow. But are they really? No, not even close. You see, while everyone was glued to the political theater in Washington, the SEC made a quiet, technical move that makes all of that drama irrelevant. This is the real story. This is the move that the mainstream media completely missed, and it is infinitely more powerful than any bill in Congress. Okay, this right here is the secret key. The SEC just cut the capital penalty, it's called a haircut, it's basically how much cash a firm has to hold against an asset, for brokers holding certain stablecoins. And they didn't just trim it, they slashed it from a completely prohibitive 100% all the way down to just 2%. This isn't just a rule change. This is a flashing green light from the top regulator in the country, telling Wall Street it's now officially safe and incredibly cheap to move billions of dollars on-chain. Now, before we break down the first real-world proof of this, a truly historic order the SEC just gave to a major Wall Street firm, you have to understand this. If you are watching this without a subscription, you are not on the timeline. You are missing the most important alerts. Click that subscribe button right now. This isn't just some theory or prediction. The game is already in motion. The first domino has officially fallen. WisdomTree, a huge player in traditional finance, just got a historic approval that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that the United States is moving its financial system onto the blockchain. So here's exactly how they're doing it. First, the SEC gives them this special order that allows WisdomTree to take shares of its Treasury money market fund and turn them into tokens on a blockchain. But step 3 is the real revolution. This enables instant intraday trading. That means no more waiting until the end of the day for trades to settle. It's T+0 settlement. It's here, and it's happening right now. And listen, this is just the beginning. The next major approval could literally drop at any moment. For instant alerts, so you're the first to know, you need to join my Telegram. Go ahead and scan the QR code you see on the screen, or just use the link I put in the description. Now, it's so important to realize that this WisdomTree approval is not a one-off. It's not some random fluke. It is a key piece of a much bigger, coordinated strategy to finally end the regulatory chaos and build a clear highway for digital assets in America. The turf war between regulators? It's over. They're done fighting and are actively building a clear rulebook. And the new rules are incredibly simple. If it looks and acts like a security, like a tokenized stock, it belongs to the SEC. If it's a digital commodity or a tool, it's under the CFTC's jurisdiction. This is the end of regulation by enforcement. A predictable legal framework is being poured in concrete as we speak. So this new clarity just blows the doors wide open. It raises a fascinating question. What's the next big thing to get tokenized? Is it real estate? private equity funds, fine art? I really want to know what you think. Head over to our latest community post and drop your best guess. Let's start mapping out the future.
So let's bring this all back home. What does this actually mean for you, for your strategy? Because this isn't just news you consume, it's a fundamental shift in the entire financial landscape that demands a response. So let's connect all the dots one last time. The public news cycle is just a distraction, fueled by the bank's terror of losing a $400 billion industry to stablecoin yields. But behind the scenes, the SEC handed Wall Street the keys with that massive haircut reduction. WisdomTree isn't a test case, it's real-world proof. And all this is happening right now, inside a new, clear-cut regulatory framework.
Which brings us to the final and most important question, and it's a personal one. The institutional flood isn't a question of if anymore, it's a question of how soon. So, are you holding the right utility assets, the ones that will be absolutely essential for this new on-chain financial system to function? And especially for our viewers in the US, getting this is not just an advantage, it's absolutely crucial. The financial infrastructure of this country is being rewritten as we speak. If this analysis gave you an edge, please share it with one other person who needs to see the real story. And make sure you're subscribed so you never miss the next big move.
And you're not going to want to miss what's next. We're breaking down the specific types of utility assets that Wall Street is quietly buying up in preparation for this shift. You're going to want to see this. Click the video on your screen right now to watch it.
Stay ahead in the crypto market. Subscribe now for the latest global news and updates.